kitezigenda kuyamba. You just need money.
Viewers, welcome to our Excellers Chapel online real life class. Today with me, I have two wonderful guests, and one of them on my left, he's called Sanon, but I'd like to take this opportunity to invite him to welcome himself.
Well, thank you very much, the moderator of tonight. My name is Sanon. Actually, it's been a while. I was invited, I think, once in these studios, but I thank God that I'm once again in this place, and I expect to deliver much of what I've come with.
Thank you, Sanon. On my left, on my right, we have Ivan. Ivan, you're welcome. Kindly
Thank you.
introduce yourself.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Ivan Businge Integeka. I'm really glad to be here on the Real Life Talk. And thank you for hosting us. And we believe people will be blessed of what God has given unto us. Thank you.
Thank you. To those who may not be knowing me, I'm Dr. Christine, and by the grace of God, one of the leaders of the Real Life Talk Show. And today we'll be talking about financial literacy. The two gentlemen I have here with me have happened to they're managers, they're doing businesses, and they're leading even in our church, Excellers Chapel. There are people I've known to engage in some good businesses, and they're here with me today to share with us on this topic about financial literacy. And I'll begin with Sanon. Sanon, I'd like to know briefly, what do you understand by the term financial literacy?
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Christine, for inviting me once again in studios of ECTV. Financial literacy refers to the ability to make informed judgments and effective decisions regarding the use and management of money. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Ivan, what do you understand by the term financial literacy?
Financial literacy, to my understanding, this is where one is in position or is able to understand and apply different financial skills effectively. And there are different things that you can think about. There is savings. Many people don't know about savings. You can talk about budgeting. Many people don't know even the use of the budget. You can talk about loans. Now that even we have been hearing about circles, people don't know how they can get loans, how they can, it's all about, financial literacy is a broad thing, but we cut it short to, just for the purpose of people to understand the background about it. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Now, I would also like to know what's the importance of financial literacy? I'll start with you, Sanon.
Thank you very much. Maybe, Dr. Christine, before I go any further, I would like to take you through the 5 core competencies of financial literacy. And among, we have earnings, we have savings, we have protection, we have borrowing and spending. You find that those are the 5 core competencies of financial literacy. And they are guided within, a personal kind of income. So you as a person, you must actually be in position to embrace those 5 things to manage your finances. Then
before that, when you talk about those 5 competencies, I would like to know protection. What do you mean by protection?
Yeah, first of all, you as a person, you have the right to protect your funds. How do you spend your money? How do you use it? How do you budget your money? In case you get 180 per month, how do you manage your money? How do you spend it in order to make sure that your income raises as well as being financially free?
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Ivan, would you like to say anything more about the 5 cores of financial literacy?
Well, I would talk about, he talked about the personal financial management. He talked about the savings. Well, I wouldn't love to go too much into because it's a wider thing, but probably just like he has told us, if someone is earning around 180, it is important that this person must be having a financial plan. One, because it is a tool that is spotting out his earnings. He talked about the earnings, about the 5 cores. Now he's saying that however much I'm in a job, maybe for example I'm working in the Ministry of Medicine, and this job shouldn't be the one you should hang on, but should be in position to create for you more works. That's now you're looking at your earnings. That is a financial plan. Then when you look at now, I'm earning from this. Now we have the nitwits. Those people, they are professional teachers, they are professional bankers, but they are doing something around. And then for them is to sit down and make a financial plan. And this financial plan helps them to sort out and look at their earnings, how they are. And when they realize that this is where our earnings are coming from, they have to make a budget. A budget is like a control tool of their money, not overspending, but making it to putting it in the right way and make it so that they can have their financial freedom. Yes.
Wow, thank you, guys. Thank you for that. Now let's go to the importance. Why should someone have knowledge about financial literacy? Why should the members of Sellers Chapel, why should our viewers out there listen to us today? What's the importance?
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Christine. One of the importance of financial literacy is that it equips us with the knowledge to, to manage our money effectively. Second of it all, it helps us in making effective decisions. What do I mean? Making effective decisions on what to buy, what to use your money for. Actually, if you don't have that kind of financial literacy skills in you, you find yourself spending the money aimlessly without any knowledge. You can have your degrees, you can have your PhDs, but you're financially illiterate. So it is important for everyone to have that financial literacy skills in him. I may talk about a formula called ASK. ASK, A stands for attitude, K stands for knowledge, S stands for skills, A stands for attitude, S stands for skills, and K stands for knowledge. You find that in financial literacy, that's what you acquire. If I may, try to bring it in brief. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm getting from you, Sanon, is like someone should have the right attitude when they are carrying out this business. Number 2, they should be knowledgeable about their businesses. They should have skills. All these things are important. Don't just work out of the blue and you say, you know what? Let me start this business. You've got to take some time and know about your business. Know about what you want to do. What are the skills you need to make sure that you open up this business and it's able to stand? Thank you, Sanon. Back to you, Ivan. I'd like to know, why should our viewers listen to us today about financial literacy?
Financial literacy, it's really important that each of us should really have the knowledge about it, because one, it helps one to avoid having too much debts. There are people who are fond of accumulating debts, and by the time they know they cannot recover them, because one, whenever they get debts, they don't have records, and it's part of the financial literacy. You cannot, for you to be able to track where your earnings are going, you must be having records. You must be keeping records. That's why I said it is important to have a budget and you know that you're accounting for each and everything. So in this, when you learn financial literacy, it enables you to understand. Now, given that I have a debt, I shouldn't get another debt like this. So it will give you a tool. It will tell you, no, however much you need this, you first need to clear out these debts. Because, like, for example, there are things that we engage in. And, for example, if you happen to get a loan in a bank and you happen not to pay it back, probably they will come for your collaterals. And you will not have questions to answer. They'll have to imprison you, or they will have to take your things. So you find that for one, and even they cannot give you another date before you clearing that. So you having a financial, being financial literate, it enables you to understand that however much I'm in this business, one, I should be in position not to accumulate more debts altogether. So another thing, what we have to understand, we have to also be to make a well-informed investment decisions. There are many people who sometimes, like they have the money, they have the capital, but they do not know what to invest in. But rather they think about things that are going to maybe take up their, like which is going to stress them and find that they are losing out their business and you're drawing back. But when you're financially literate, it enables you to sort out and understand that this business I'm going through, that's why my brother Sana was saying, you must have an attitude, you must have a skill. A skill goes with a passion over something, and you have to have knowledge. You must have researched about that business. So that in case if you are to invest in it, you know that this business is going to bring me returns. And these returns will make me grow bigger. You get it? So it is so much important for each and everyone here to have a financial, to be financially literate, so that they may know on how to use their money and put them in the right places in a given time. And when you do that, I can tell you, you always be tracking where your money is, and you'll be accountable for each and every resource you put in. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, thank you, Ivan. What I'm getting from you is, before, yes, you may have your money and you want to open up a business. But before you open up that business, think twice. What kind of investment do I want to do? And take time and research on that business. Make sure you don't just, because you have the money and you see someone doing it and you also just copy. Take time and find out information about the business you want to do. Do you have the skills? Will you be able to monitor this business? You know, will you be able to follow it up? You may open up a business that will take much of your time, and you end up being stressed and even fail to make sure that you're following it up. So financial literacy is very important. Like the way Ivan has said, it helps you plan, it helps budget, and it also helps you to be able to invest wisely. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Now I'd like to know, there's this word that I've read about called personal financial management. What is it, Sano?
Well, thank you very much once again, Dr. Christine. Yeah, personal financial management. It's all about your personal management of finances. How do you manage your finances? Take, for instance, you've gotten 5,000. How are you managing the 5,000? Are you going to buy samosas for 5,000 and you eat and you make it all? No. Personal financial management indicates you having the ability to manage those finances, however little they might be, to get something that can, save you for the future. For example, below personal financial management, we have budgeting. How do you budget for your finances? Other people budget when they get money. But it is very wise in financial literacy that you can budget for your needs before even receiving the money. So it gives you the area, actually, it gives you a clear guideline on how to spend your money. But if you budget, if you get the money, then you start budgeting, you'll be losing it out. Reason, because first of all, you will be spending aimlessly. I think I talked about spending your money aimlessly. You maybe you're moving, you find a good cashew, you buy it, maybe 20,000. But that's because that's lack of poor planning. You've lacked a budget. So that's where it brings what we call the 4H, where we have the head, the heart, the hands, and the health. You find each of them complements the other. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now about budgeting, I'd like to know, how do I budget for the money I've not yet received? Because I may not know. We can call it miracle money. I can get miracle money. Someone decides to give me maybe 100,000. I've not planned for it. So if you're telling me to budget before, how do I budget for something I've not received?
Yeah. But one thing I always know, that as a person, you have things you need. But if you say maybe this month, I need a phone, I need to start up a business, I need to do, ABC. Eh? You don't just need to first get money before you budget. You budget, make your budget. You say, yes, this month I need this. You start allocating, your budget with the different costs. Having allocated the different costs, that's where you find yourself managing it.
Okay.
But if you start budgeting when you get the money, you end up, spending it aimlessly.
Okay, thank you, Sanon. Ivan, about personal financial management. Talk about financial plan. What's that?
Well, my brother talked about the personal financial management, and here it's concerned about earnings, your earnings. That's why I brought you an example. The nitwits, they are professional teachers, they are professional bankers, but they are doing something, and that's where they are getting their earnings from. So this financial plan, this financial plan is a tool that enables you to see how you're getting much more money. You get? And this financial plan enables you to separate a need and a want. My brother just talked about a need. And for need is that thing that you need. It is a necessity. You need it. You get? It's something that you want, like you can't live without. But a want is a desire. Just like he has given an example. You're working, you've not budgeted for your money, and you see a nice jacket, and you have your 20,000. But this 20,000 on the budget, it was counting maybe food. But because you have seen a jacket, and you have seen a sister you want to go and rock, you desire for it. It means now you have entered into your budget. What happens? People are starving in home because they have not had food.
Okay.
You end up entering into debts, unnecessary debts. So it is proper for one to have a financial plan. And this financial plan is the guidelines, the one which guides you on what you're going for a need, and you have to fulfill it, and even a want. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, thank you. In 1 minute, what are your last comments, Sanon, about
Thank you very
financial
much.
literacy?
My last comments are, whenever you're going to spend within your budget. Don't spend outside the budget. If you've planned, maybe this month I'm spending 500,000, don't go beyond the 500,000, because you've decided, you've budgeted for 500,000 for the month. So why do you go for 600 yet you've budgeted for 500,000? So I remain Sanon Waiswa, the manager.
Thank you, manager. Ivan, what are you parting?
Well, I want to thank you all our dear viewers online, and to everyone who has participated in this real-life talk about the financial literacy. But I want to ask to encourage us, it's not too late. However much you have fallen a victim of not knowing how to manage your finances, it is a time you have to wake up and understand that I have to draw a financial plan, I have to come out with a budget, and in this, it will help you to use your money wisely, not unnecessarily. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in today to our viewers out there. To our viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in today to our real life talk show. Today we are talking about financial literacy, and I strongly believe you've all been blessed. Tune in next time, and may God richly bless you.